everyone, and welcome to Tuesdays with Terri. So, today on Tuesdays with Terri, I want to talk about the Wealth Summit. So, I'm doing this really awesome Wealth Summit brought on by Industry Rockstars and Kane and Minkus. So, the thing is with wealth, a lot of us haven't been taught how to grow and build wealth. And there's really a big difference between wealth and money, which, I was like, well, I didn't know that. So, really fascinating. So, I'm so excited to share this with you guys. Okay, so as you may know, we're not taught this stuff in school. So, you have to really find it from an outside source. Most of the time, we pick up the habits that our parents are doing. So, we'll have the same kind of money mindset and money patterns they're doing. Hey, Kafartan, what's up? Thanks for coming. All right, so the first thing that he asked us to do, he was like, I really want you to look at your beliefs about money, and then how do you feel about money? Because you know what's so important is the relationship that you have with money. Are you guys friends? Do you know where it's going, when it's coming? You have to have like a really deep, intimate relationship with money. And the biggest thing between wealth and money is really being able to hold space. So I took some notes here, so I'm gonna be like looking back and forth because I really want to just say like everything I learned because it's just so interesting and fascinating. So I'd love to know what you guys believe and feel about money. So these are the questions. And Tony Robbins talks about this, but he says the quality of your life is based on the questions that you ask yourself and others. So there's going to be a lot of powerful questions, like as I'm talking about this recap of the Wealth Summit, because we were asked really powerful questions. So as I ask a question, if you want to just think about it, or you can type it in and do some interaction with me because I love that. That would be awesome. So the first question was really, so what do you believe? What beliefs do you have around money? So some people will think, oh, money's the root of all evil because like they read that in the Bible, but that's not really even the whole verse. It's like the love of money is the root of all evil. If you're loving money and kind of like using people or being greedy with your money or so attached to it, making your money an idol. So those are some of the beliefs that people have around money. But what do you believe? Do you believe money is easy to get? Do you believe you have to work super hard? What are some of the beliefs you have around money? So this is like a really important concept when thinking about wealth building and money, because if you don't believe you can even attain it, you're not going to go for it. If you believe it makes you a bad person to have money because you're taken from someone else, then you're not going to want money, because then you're like, well, I don't want to take from somebody. That's not even the case, because money's being printed all the time, and there really is like you know so much money you can just tap into. And so that's kind of what we talk about here. So one of it is, how does it make you feel? So are you a little uneasy with money when you get money, or do you feel empowered and confident and like, I know what to do with it, I know where it's going? So really important, your feelings around money. And I'm big on the energy and frequency of money. So really thinking about those. So those are two of the first powerful questions that we got. And then that, so what do you feel? Do you guys have a good relationship? All right, and then so he had mentioned this bar method. So really, our behavior and our actions create our results, right? So what you believe is going to cause your behaviors. So that's why it's so important to check your beliefs around money. So a lot of people have been taught not to talk about money, not to talk about politics, and not to talk about religion, right? So this is like, people just don't talk about it, but it's so important to talk about. Like, I've always been a huge advocate to talk about it, and especially when I was first graduating from undergrad, I'm like, I don't even know how much money I should be making or asking for, or like people didn't really want to talk about it, like in my family. So it was really fascinating. Who is this? Soul Popped Popcorn. Hi, that's a cute name. I'm super interested, but about to host a virtual debate. Yeah, I'd love to get to the replay. That'd be awesome. Maybe we can connect later. Cool. Okay, so some of the things, so really money is a neutral resource. So it's just how you look at it and what you believe. So if you believe money is good or bad, and really it's a neutral resource, it just kind of amplifies who you are as a person. So that's what money's going to do for you. And so a couple of things that they told us was, first of all, be unattached to money. And I did a live about this before, about relationships and just not being attached, like that attachment energy, really attachment to anything. I mean, we don't need to be attached to anything in the world because we are taken care of. But that attachment around it is going to, maybe that's what will make you greedy, make you do bad things for money, is because you feel attached to it. You don't have that belief that it can keep coming. So be unattached to money, and really just have systems in place, which I'll go into, but don't be attached to the money itself. And then money is a game. So he said money is a game and play it to win. So Yeah, if you make it seem like a game, then it's not so serious. Hey, Renelle. Awesome. Good to see you here. So yeah, money's a game. I mean, life is really a game, so just, yeah, play it to win and have fun, like make it a game for yourself. But yeah, even in a game, so you think about in a game, there's still rules. So you want to make sure that you know the rules of the game. You want to make sure you know how to win the game. Like if you're just playing a game and you don't even know how to win the game, then that's not really a game. That's just kind of like I don't know what you'd call that. Just horseplay, maybe. So basically, yeah, you have to play like a game and know what the rules are and know how to win and play to win. So that's what he was saying to us, and then really ingraining that in your body. So being unattached, it's just a game. Know the rules, know how to win, and play to win. Okay, so another thing that we learned is so it's really important to see the patterns that you are living with in regards to money and then shifting and changing those patterns between you and money. So, yeah, really like I'd love for you guys to really reflect on what your relationship is with money now, what beliefs you have, how you feel about it. Does it feel icky or does it feel like empowering and awesome? And I think if you have these beliefs, I mean, whatever you believe, it's like your belief is going to control your vibration, your behaviors, your actions. So belief is always such a important part of what I talk about, and also part of the money and wealth building and growing. Okay, so the next point that we're getting at now is so think about what is your wealth vision. So you really want to be crystal clear. So I guess Kane had asked one of the ladies in his workshops, like, what is wealth to you? And she was like, a full bank account. It's like full. That could mean anything. I mean, maybe if you're like in Cuba, full bank account would be like, like $1,000. But here, that's not going to get you far in California. That's for sure. So, what does it look like to you? Like, what does like wealth look like to you? Is that 25 million, 10 million, 100 million? Like, really, what does that look like to you? I mean, there's like a different factors. So one of the things he was saying is that so wealth, he was saying, is when your passive income exceeds your spending. This is like passive income, so you're not having to even work for it anymore. It's coming. So whether through investments you've made, and you are going to have to either manage your money or manage people, and you really want to think like an investor when you're really talking about growing your wealth. You don't want to think like an employee. So a lot of people I know on here, the Lady Entrepreneur Society, and that follow me are business owners. And so the thing is, and I've been so guilty of this, where it's like I am working in my business, and so I'm not thinking like the business owner, like having that investor mindset. I'm having that worker bee mindset, and that's how we went to school. It's like we have 8 to 3 going to school or something. So it's like we're kind of like put in this system where we're meant to kind of work a 9 to 5 and have that worker bee mindset. Hi, Tripoli Cheryl, good to see you here. So yeah, so really thinking like an investor. And just so I'm on day 2 of the Wealth Summit with Kane and Minkus of Industry Rockstar. And actually, I signed up with them for their mentorship program for the year. So I am so excited. Hi, cousin. Hey, Monica. So I am super excited about the mentorship program. And as I learn and grow, I will definitely, share my knowledge with you. So that's kind of the start. So I just joined them. And so yesterday we started day 1 of the summit. Today's day 2. And then tomorrow's day 3. So I'm going to just share the nuggets that I got from the last couple days. Okay, so once you have that crystal clear vision of wealth and what that looks like, so we want a very clear and concise number here. Then you want to, and don't make it like 100 millions where you're like not even going to believe that, because then you're going to self-sabotage and you're not even going to take the actions. So something that's doable. And so he was saying really set a proper target that's almost boring in the beginning. So like you say, you just let me just make an extra $1,000 this month. Like it might sound kind of boring, but it's like just set targets so you reach them, and then as you reach them, you gain more confidence, and then you can get bigger and bigger and bigger targets. So the thing with growing your money, he said it should be kind of boring. Like earning it can be exciting and fun, but when it comes to growing it, like have a very strategic, very disciplined, very consistent way of growing your money and building that wealth. Okay, let's see what else. Oh yeah, so this is the thing he talks about. So doing things in a certain way. So the rich, wealthy people, they do things in a certain way, and a certain way is the best way, as my mentor Bob Proctor always says. And when I learned about this concept, it clicked for me when I was in this cycling class. I don't know if you guys done cycling classes, but it's really fun. They like pump you up, like you can do it, keep on going. Oh my gosh, fire engine. So anyways, a certain way is basically, so like with the workout class, I was in the cycling class and we're doing dumbbells as we're cycling, or we're doing push-ups on the bike as we're cycling. So I'm like, wow, this is what they talk about, like doing things in a certain way. So a lot of people, they always say do what successful people do what the, quote unquote failures wouldn't do. So, making it a habit of doing things that make you uncomfortable, making it a habit of, doing things that most people don't do. So, do what like the 1% of people would do. Hello, everyone. Where are you all coming from? I love seeing you guys live. Okay, so we're talking about wealth building because I'm doing this wealth summit right now. So what else did we learn? Yeah, so your passive income has to exceed the expenses. Then you are free because I'm really all about living that freedom lifestyle where you don't have to work. You're doing work that you enjoy, but really, yeah, you have that passive income that allows you to live the lifestyle, do the traveling, just basically have more options and opportunities. I think that's pretty much what most people want. But then it's like, how do I actually get there, right? At least that's the question I had. So asking the right question, back to that, right? So it's very important that you know what your expenses are and how much you're spending. So now he has a system that he talks to us about. Do you guys find this interesting? I find it pretty interesting. I mean, it's not super exciting, like he was saying, it's kind of boring, but it's very interesting, right? Like if you're gonna work and make money, like know how to do it the right way, where your money's working for you, so you're not having to work so hard. Um, yeah, let's learn what the wealthy people are doing. Okay, so yeah, I know in America. So in America, our culture is to live off credit and spend more than we're making. So really, an important thing he was saying is to live within your means, which isn't super sexy, but really living within your means. And how do you manage your money? So knowing exactly what comes in, exactly what comes out. So say you're getting $100 of income, still making say you saved like that 20%. So out of 100, then you're saving $20. So if you can manage $100, then you'll be able to manage 1,000, 100,000, a million. So really being clear on on how your relationship with money, where it's going, where it's coming, and being able to manage it and save it and invest it. So investing is really the key here with growing wealth. All right, so he emphasized this again, so I'll just say it again. So you must manage your money or manage people that manage your money. So it's all about leverage here. So he's really talking about creating a system where you can be free and you can have that wealth building. So instead of you being like the business person, which, in the beginning, a lot of times that's where you're gonna have to start, but, putting that investor hat on. So I actually just this last couple days, what I've done is, so you might have noticed I'm not as active on social media because I'm really trying to think strategically and smart. So I don't want to be like the worker bee. And I did have my assistant doing my social media for a while. But yeah, then I was like, I need to rethink my strategy. I need to like really get a mentor that's going to help me where I'm not, just growing a following and an audience. And, I love like the abundance mastermind that I'm in. I absolutely love it. So that's been taking a lot of time. And then now going to create the abundance course, which I'm super excited about, especially with all this new knowledge that I'll get to share with you. So that'll be coming out October 15th. But anyway, so instead of doing the busy work, you want to do the work that's like going to create like high level results for you. So he's like, do you want followers or do you want income? Like, and you can get both, of course, but like where's your focus going to be? So I really want my focus to be more on, creating like income and wealth, because then I can even help more because I can do ads, I can reach the targeted people that actually want my message. It's really smart to make sure you're thinking like an investor in your business and not an employee in your business. So that was like a shift for me that I've really been, just aware of these last couple of days. All right, so let's see. So yeah, you need to have a system. And so we know that net worth is our assets minus our liabilities, and then you're getting your net worth. So think of all the assets you have. If you have a car, if you have a house, if you have stocks, if you have real estate, anything like that, that's going to be all your assets. And then your liabilities, so what kind of debt do you have? And then that's going to be your net worth. So yeah, so let's think really in network, and then have a tracking system. So he had given us a tracking system. I know there's Mint. You can Bank of America. You can kind of set up some tracking. He just gave us like an Excel tracking sheet where it's like your expenses, your investments, like what's going in, what's coming out. So we really talked about personal expenses this time. But so I'm going to be with them for a while. So right now we're talking about personal expenses, then we're going to go into really business expenses and earning more money. Right now it's really just managing your personal money that you have right now. So does anyone here, do you guys think you have a good handle on your money? Or is this like interesting topic that you guys are like, wow, like this making me think, like I really need to like get clear on all my money and expenses? I hope it is. That's my hope. Okay, so why do you even want to do this? So this is like it's such a big question because this is what's going to get you up out of bed and get you moving and like that fire under you when you think about like your big why. Like, why am I even doing this in the first place? So is it for your family? Is it for legacy building? Is it for your community? Do you want to be a role model? Do you want to give back? So he says write it down and then put it up so you are seeing that every day when you're waking up. Like put it on a sticky note or do it fancy and put it up on your wall and look at it every single day, because that's what you're like, yeah, I'm showing what's possible for other minority women in the world to live life on their terms, and that's just spreading the wealth and spreading the health and spreading the love, right? Whatever it is for you. Yeah, write it down, put it on your wall, and then look at it every single day and get excited and let that motivate you. So he's really saying, so some people think, I know we're going into October 1st and this is going to be a whole new quarter now, but he's saying instead of thinking in quarters or 6 months, 1 year, really think in a monthly goals. So what's the goal you want to have for next month? Because our brains, so he was really like well versed in NLP. Hello. So he knows so much about the psychology of the brain, and everything he does is like very like studied, and so it's just like so fascinating. I just love watching him and how he goes. So yeah, one of the big messages is manage, multiply, and then impact with your money, right? I think that's what we all want to do here. All right, so what else did we talk about? Hi Zara, good to see you. All right, so we definitely need to invest. Manage your money no matter how much you have. So money is a game to play. And you got to think long term in whatever you're doing. And yeah, so it's little decisions on a continuous basis every day that's going to help you create wealth. So you really have to get rid of bad habits. So I would really write down your non-productive habits that you're doing, and then doing the opposite of the non-productive and really doing some productive habits. So even if it's just, yeah, whatever it is, if you're, procrastinating, doing different things, or maybe you're doing busy work, like I was saying, I was doing a lot with the social media. It was a lot more busy work than like the overall strategic work that's really going to move the needle forward in my business, like finding partnerships, podcasts, even if it's creating, spending your time, because only you can create. So you can like leverage and delegate other tasks that someone else could do. But yeah, even if it's just creating, but then also giving yourself a time limit and making sure you're doing what you say. So scheduling is really, really important. All right, well, I feel like this is getting kind of long, but I think I'm almost done with my notes here. Okay, so he says the 5-pillar system to grow your wealth. So first of all, so be honest. Be honest where you are, because this is just you and you doing this right now. So face your numbers. Really, yeah, log into your bank accounts, see what you have, see what your assets are, your liabilities, and really get clear and be honest with yourself. Get organized. So track every single penny, know where it's going, know what's coming in. Number 3 was, being consistent. Thank you. Be consistent every day. So what he's saying is once a week, plan a day and plan a time where you can sit with yourself and go over your numbers. So sometimes, I'll kind of like log in and see, every day, just kind of check, making sure there's no fraud, what's coming in, what's going out, if I need to transfer anything. So, but really making sure on a weekly basis, you're doing this big scope of everything. And then being disciplined, so stick to that schedule when you do set it. Also, be disciplined with your spending and not living beyond your means. Let's see what else. And then just being responsible for yourself. So those are the 5 pillars. And so I told you he talks a lot about like that human psychology. So he was saying, so think of an area that you are maybe not so good in those 5 pillars. And so for me, I was saying, okay, maybe consistency. Like sometimes I'll launch a mastermind or a course and then I might chill for a little bit. And so, just being consistent with, your wealth building. So how do we do that, right? So he says, there is an area in your life. Hey, Marco. There is an area in life. So pick a pillar. Mine was consistency. So he's like, okay, pick an area in your life that you are consistent. So for me, I eat pretty healthy and work out on a pretty regular basis. And so that's an area that I've been consistent. So he's like, okay, how do we manage those patterns? Is you can bring what works into the money conversation. So so you can even bring, so for me, I like to listen to audiobooks, like when I'm running or, cooking or whatever. So you can bring that in there so you can even, practice that wealth building while you're running or while you're cooking. So those are just a couple tips that you can do is, so whatever you are consistent with, bring in that, or, consistent, or the other ones. Getting honest, getting organized. So bringing that into the money conversation. Oh, and this is a good one. So this is more like the psychology and human behavior. So basically saying, like when you're like, oh, did you call your, the prospects on your list today? Like, and then and then the person says, oh, I know, I should have done that. And then when when your brain says I know, then you feel at ease because you're like, I know I was supposed to do it, and I didn't do it, and I said I didn't do it, so now you feel like you solved the problem. Isn't that interesting? So our brain, yeah, is kind of like playing tricks on us that way. Okay, so a couple other things is, so it's all about asking the right questions. So a couple of the questions that we were talking about today are, okay, so when talking about investing, so first, how much can I make from this opportunity? What's in it for me? What's the payoff? And then what are your net profit earnings? So you don't want to just like say you make $1 million, but then the expenses are $1 million, and it's like there's really no net profit. So you really want to think net profit. Also having well, yeah, what's the risk? What's the reward? What are you willing to lose? And then on that note, having a stop loss. So say like, hey, when the stock goes down, I don't know, a third, then I'm gonna get out. Or when the investment if this project I'm working on doesn't get successful in 3 months, then I'm gonna pivot. So always having a stop loss is like very important. He was saying. Okay, so a couple of the rules, and then I'll talk about the dream team, and then I'll wrap it up because it's like one of the longer lives that I've done. Okay, so rules. So one, so manage your losses. So having that stop loss in place, and then follow a proven method was number two. So yeah, you need systems. So definitely have the systems in place. And then also follow the trends. So you're saying this is really important. Don't try to predict it. Just follow the trends that are happening. And then diversify. So you want to make sure you're diversified. So then if I think they say don't put all your eggs in one basket, because then if one basket falls, then you sell other baskets with eggs in it. So or with money in it in this sense. So yeah. All right. So then, last thing he was saying was to have a dream team of 5 people in your dream team. So first one is you. You're in the team. You're in your dream team. So you want to be you on your very top game. So like the highest, best self-image that you could step into. The wealthy woman, the wealthy man that has this. Like that's the you that you want on your dream team. Is that person? And then you want an extraordinary coach, a mindset coach with you that's going to help you, motivate you, keep you accountable. And then an accountant is the third one. The fourth one would be a lawyer as you're growing your wealth, and then an investment strategist. So yeah, you're finding someone else. So you're leveraging someone else's expertise in this area. And that's the wrap up for my wealth summit that I was in. And I'm really excited to be doing this. I know I've been going a lot between marketing strategy, business strategy, mindset, connecting with spirit. So I'm going to, as I go on, talk more about some business strategy and mindset. So if this is like an interesting topic to you, let me know. Or if you like the mindset or spirituality, let me know that too. Because I just love sharing my knowledge with you. So yeah, just let me know what you guys are working on, what topics are interesting to you, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, have a great day. Take care. Bye, guys. Bye, Facebook.